What? What?
Greetings, apprentice. You must be the one Master Baruch has enlisted to help him with this problem. I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here on Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Caldernetic, Ricard Lusoff, and Handon Gould. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netic. Is there any information you require? My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need? These plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Iriars are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Calf hounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calf hounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me? Well, I presume you wish to hear my story, then. I shall tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, and all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead. And I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Ricard Lusoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here. Well, I was out hunting Irias when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the prison he belongs in?
Gino Mulera Kimpaija, Slima Podwama? Runda digo tonga kun hangabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule, tunking ba nunotek. Ta kun just miki grabel mogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Jeda badwana nidibobo. Tong na bungsha nunya. Tong haitwam jiji jum lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bongwalea gandonan chuchut. Muchashak pakat. Kiye no nama paole rachikun. Akupa chekupa. Gino mulera kempaija. Slimu podwama. Natipon nang gudu dijiba. Muchashak pakat. Akupa chekupa. Gino mulera kempaija. Slimu podwama. Tong haitwam jiji jung lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bongwalea gandonan chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto. Takunjus miki grabel mogo. Kachichu itabodunga. Tolbabank, wale oganda naru chuchut. Bogesha bunga bola wana chipne. Kachikun itabodunga. Ikinkuno bamulerat. Muchashak bakant. Kiye.
So, what do you want to know? Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it's nothing that serious. So, what do you want to know? Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked this slime ball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him, especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife. Right.
How can I be of further assistance? Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bathtub. I run. I don't know if I mentioned that. How can I be of further assistance? I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him? Of course, of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
Is there any other information you need? The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettic and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need? According to the municipal authorities near the Garrow spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettic about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Akupa Chekupa? Gino Mulira Kempaija, Slimopoduama? Runda di Rotonga kun Hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule, tunking ba nunotek. Tukning chatukunne mulerabes. Kachikun ida hodonga. Ikin kuno ba mulerachikun. Slimo podona, rundi hodunga kun hunkabe. Runda di Rotonga kun Hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule, tunking ba nunotek. Tukning chatukunne mulerabes. Akupa Chekupa? Gino Mulira Kempaija, Slimopoduama? Kachikun ida hodonga, ikin kuno ba mulera chikun. Slimopodona, rundi hodonga kunkabe. Takunjus takmiki grabulmogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank, wale oganda naru chuchut. Bogesha ponka bola wana chikne. Kachikun ita hodonga. Ikin kuno ba mulera. Muchashak bakhan.
How can I be of further assistance? That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cath hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance? But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in given the opportunity, but I would not kill him. My wife was cheating on me with him. I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime. Of course, of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
So, what do you want to know? That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Echani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had.
Echanis make delicate weapons with too little firepower. Lightweight stuff, if you ask me.
That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's. So, what do you want to know? Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are. Right.
Is there any other information you need? We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need? I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Shatuni Vatoga. Wano kuspe ching palamule donke. Hakupa chekupa. Hakupa chekupa. Gino mulera kempaija. Kislimu poduama. Runda dijo donga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Ta kun just takniki grabumogo. Kachichu. Runda dijo donga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tunking ba nunutek. Tupning chatukune mulerabes. Kachikun ida hondonga. Ikin kuno ba mulerachikun. Stimo podona. Undi hodunga ku hunkabe. Mucho sharpakat. Kino no namapaule.
Is there any other information you need? I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
How can I be of further assistance? I can block off, maybe, sure, but not killing. No, no. I hope you don't find that incriminating. Normally, I'm not prone to outbursts like that, but Calder, Mr. Medic, he was not a very nice person. Not a very nice person to me or my family. I had had my suspicions for several weeks, but had no proof until 2 days ago. It seems Calder was seeing my wife, right under my nose, no less.
Well, if you can't keep her, it's your own fault.
But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime. Of course, of course.
So, what do you want to know? Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garangs. We've been right.
Akupa Chekopa? Gino Mulira Kempaija. Tong Abum Sha Umina? Wanga Kumbis King Balemuraya. Johnny Yon Tunjiji Idadwana. Kababolpa Muji Gumana? Lunga diho tunga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking barunotek. Tukning chatukunne mulerabes. Akupa Chekopa? Gino Mulira Kempaija, Slimu Podwama? Runga diho tunga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking banunotek. Tukning chatukunne mulerabes.
Hey, what are you doing?
Jedabadawana nigibobo. Tong nabungsha nunya. Tong patukashmak talea. Ka chikun idahaldonga. Iking kuno pa mulera chikun. Slimo podona rundihodunga ku hunkabe. Runga dihodunga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking banunotek. Tukning chatukunne mulerabes. Tong abum sha umina. Wanga kun bez king balemuraya. Johnny yon tunjiji idadwana. Kababolpa muji gumana. Takumjus takmiki grabulmogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogesha ponka bola wana chikne. Amule slimo podadara nanga kumbis mule rabes. Kachikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pa mule rachikun. Slimo podona rundihodunga ku hunkabe. Runga dihodunga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking banunotek. Tukning chatukunne mulerabes. Tong haitwam jiji jumblumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonkwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto tun. Chilamulane nindubobo. Onga kumbisjang ba mulira.
Damn you. Damn both of you.
Ta kunjus tahmiki grabumogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogisha ponka bola wana chikne. Amule slimo podadara nanga kumbis mulira bes. Kachikun ita hodonga. Ikin kuno pa mulira chikun. Slimo podonar leodunga kun kabe. Tong haitwam juji lumpa. Lita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonqualeo gandona chuchut. Kachichu ita dundonga. Yuma lita kuto dun. Chila mulane nindubobo. Onga kumbisjang ba mulira.
You did good. You might just make a proper Jedi yet. Who knows?
Achuta. Onga kumbis dolbi kikuyana. Dong patugas maktelea.
This is what I do. Like that. Time to rumble. Like that. How'd you like that?
Yes, what's on your mind? Dantooine's a boring place. It's all plains and herders and small settlements. Perfect for the Jedi to lose themselves in, I guess. Well, that's all I can think of, at any rate. You got it.
Yeah, what do you want? From what we saw from space, this world doesn't have a lot of people. I couldn't really have found much work here anyway, so I never had an interest. It looks like a farm world. The Republic has thousands of these places. Ones that get by farming crops and hunting herds of native beasts. But I might have underestimated this place. It seems to be more than I thought. You have anything else you want to ask? I was one of the best youth warriors in the clan Ordo in my time. No one before me had mastered the power of our basilisk war droids as quickly as I had. Except Mandalore himself, of course. In those days, we were sweeping across the Outer Rim, destroying all who fought us. Young Mandalores would prove themselves in real combat with unknown opponents above 1,000 worlds. Each brought back stories of his achievements. I remember it well, orbiting high above a placid world, its defenses just stirring. As was tradition, I would go ahead of the first wave to find enemies in the thickest fighting. I remember sitting there in my armor, linked directly with a basilisk thrumming beneath me, my heart racing with fear of the coming battle. The doors opened in front of me, and the air was sucked out of the drop bay, scattering crystals of frozen vapor across my path. I can't describe what it feels like to look directly down at a world, falling continuously as you circle it, with barely 15 centimeters of armor plate protecting you. When the magnetic locks disengaged on my droid, I plunged out of the drop bay towards the battle that waited below. I don't remember. It doesn't matter anyway. That world's dead now. The exhilaration, the euphoria I felt as I streaked into the atmosphere, dodging self-guided projectiles and beam weapons, was unmatched. An 80-kilometer plunge through the atmosphere, dodging and weaving, the outside of my armor glowing like the sun with the heat of re-entry. And with barely 30 meters to spare, I twisted and skimmed the surface, firing at the giant beam generators that were in my path. The explosion from that sent shock waves that leveled the entire complex around it. It was the moment of my life. I'll never forget those times. But things are different now. We can't go on fighting the way we did. There are too few of us left now. But I really don't want to talk about this anymore. I trust I've satisfied your curiosity for now. Is there something else you want to know? Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right. Huh?
Sure.
You've been holding out on this kid. If you haven't given us enough money, I guess we're gonna have to take it out of you piece by piece.
No, please! Take my wife and children instead. Anything!
Wife and children. Sounds like a good idea.
This is what I missed.
My droid is still missing. I can feel him like a hole in my aching heart. My droid? Destroyed? No. No, this cannot be happening. I can't bear to live without him.
Ah, so this is the meddler. You have caused us far too much trouble for a mere Jedi.
Now this is what I've been waiting for.
I will add your head to those of the other Jedi I have killed, and take yet another lightsaber for my own. Now you will know why the Mandalorians are feared. Ah, so now I will...